order to cash and procure to pay.
Correct.
Okay, so let's start with procure to pay. Then we will move towards the order to cash. Okay.
Okay.
So the procure to pay cycle starts with the vendor. Okay, vendor and item. So let's go towards the vendor and we will discuss. See on the main screen in the purchasing, you will find the information for vendor. So here you can see all your vendors that who are the vendors. This is a list page for the vendor. Uh, for example, this is the demo environment that Asim has provided to
Okay.
you as well. So you can see some of the vendors are already created in this environment. And you can have this information in the list page also. Like currently it is showing you in the tiles format. There is an option that you can view the information, the list page like this. Okay, you can have the information like all tiles. Okay, so you will have the picture and some of the information, but you can also have the information on the tiles. So this is a list page basically, which gives the vendor information. Now we are moving toward the vendor detail information. For example, if I need to create the new, I can click on the new button and the same page will be open, and I need to fill it out that what is the vendor name, okay, what is the address of the vendor, what is the current city, location, zip code, his phone number, email address. So email field will be mostly utilized when we are doing some kind of direct email to the vendor or like that. So this email field can be utilized. Okay. So mobile number and phone number, other contact person. Yeah. The more important here is that mostly sometimes what happens that vendor is a company. So you do not call anyone in the company. There is some contact person deals with you. So for example, there is a Crystal York, okay, is a person, for example, for this vendor that need to be contacted, so we can address that. And even in the Chris York, for example, if I open for you, we can also put a lot of detail against it, like which company
So you
this
can,
Chris York
right.
is belonging. We
Uh-huh.
can put the picture of Chris York. We can put the complete contact information,
Okay.
right? What is the address and phone number? There are a lot of fields that can be entered. So this one. Okay, is the person, is the
It looked like it
company.
was maintaining history there as well, right? Of interactions. Is it doing that? Did I see that right?
Or what kind of actions you're talking
No,
for the
if
history?
you go back a couple of pages or one page,
Mhm.
no, it's in the contact record. Go back into the contact record.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
this is a contact.
yeah, but go back into Crystal York.
This one?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
Go into
The
that.
second one?
Yeah, go into that.
Yeah.
And scroll down. I thought I seen. Yeah, what's this history right here? Uh, is that keeping? It's keeping track of some interaction. What is that? That section right there. See where it says cover sheet? Is that an email that went to that person?
Let's open this up. See, actually, I did not explore this.
Hmm.
Mostly people use as a contact person information detail.
Okay,
But if you
that's fine.
need,
That's fine. That caught my eye, and I said, "Oh, okay." So it's kind of like a CRM as well.
so
But
there
no,
are a lot of things that can be addressed based on the case scenario, so we can find it out and we can address those.
okay,
So
that's fine.
basically, the contact information we utilize as we want to maintain the contact of the sales as well as for the purchase information. So we can utilize that. Now here what we can have the attachment also. For example, as I told you, you can select the picture, okay? But not only the picture, you can have some document also with respect to the
Mm-hmm.
vendor agreement or something like that. You can attach that documents in the vendor master,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Like that. So you can attach the PDF, you can attach the Word, you can attach the JPG,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
That's that's perfectly work with this one. Okay. Now, this is called the fact box. Okay, this area. So you will find in most of the screen there will be a fact box, but all the fact box will not be have the same information. Some of giving you like some numeric information when you are moving towards the sale order or the purchase order. I will show you that. Now here you can also put the map and for the vendor, and there is a most important area which is filled by the tax registered information. So you can put the tax registration number, and when you are exporting the tax details, so this can be addressed over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And when we are doing some kind of transaction, for example, for any vendor, so how the system would know that that's a domestic customer, so it can be addressed in the different account, and
Mm-hmm.
if it's a foreign customer, international customer, so it would go to the different account or accounts payable. So there is a grouping already there, and we can also create a template.
Mm-hmm.
uh, how the template works, let me give you some idea. For example, if I'm clicking on this new, so you can see this is a template box. Okay, so we can have that if we need to create the domestic customer or domestic vendor, so we can just click on the domestic, and it will get the common information for the domestic vendor
Mm-hmm.
to help us out to
So that would
create
be
a vendor.
that would be similar to vendor class.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
correct,
Yep.
correct,
I
correct,
got you.
correct. So user would not have to address that which account need to be addressed for the domestic and which account need to be the for the foreign vendors, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can define the currency for this vendor, but the currency, this would give the default currency when you are doing some kind of transaction against this vendor. But while doing the transaction, you can change it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now payment method, what is the usual payment method for this vendor? Okay. Any bank detail you want to address here, you can put that over here. And
Can I see those options under application method?
application method,
See where it says manual?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I got you. Keep going.
Now, one more thing, this is related to the process of the prepayment.
Mm-hmm.
When I define that the prepayment would be like 10%, so whenever I'm creating the purchase order, or the purchase order can be created, you can approve it. But while doing the GRN or any kind of the activity, so system will pop you a message that there is no prepayment. So
Mm-hmm.
if we define the prepayment for any vendor, so that can be worked in the vendor as well, and that can be worked in the customer as
Mm-hmm.
well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to address any, whenever this vendor gives you a delivery, okay, so it will give you on any specific delivery, any of your location should be can be selected for by default. So you can put the location also, shipment method, agent code like that. So this is a basic overall vendor Mastercard information. So if you need to ask anything, I can address that.
Okay. That's fine. No, you can keep going.
Now again coming back to the main area, as I told you that you can have the balances in the chart of account, you can have the balances here as on the vendor card as well. and plus on the list page also. So wherever you see this, the numeric figures with the blue highlighted one, I
Uh-huh.
hope you can see the blue color in the meeting because
Yeah,
sometimes it does.
yes, I can, yeah. And I
Yeah.
see it's hyperlink
So
as well.
yeah. So you can just click on it and it will give you the detail that how the balance is being calculated and how the overdue balance is being calculated. So it can be different. The balance due can be different and the current balance can be different. Okay. Now let me show you something in the list page. Now here is the list page. This list page can be modified. You want some of the information on the list page, so you can extract the information and you can utilize it and any kind of reporting or something like that. So you can export it through Excel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now moving towards the process cycle that we need to address. Uh, we need one more information with respect to the item. Okay, if we are doing some kind of purchasing, we may need an item. So as you can see that I'm just typing in the search box and I can have the recommendation. Yesterday I was forgot to tell you about that when you are on some specific page. For example, I am on the currently I am on the vendor page, so it's giving me
Mm-hmm.
on the current page you can have item reference or vendor item catalog. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or you can go to the pages which consist item charges, item tracking, or you can have the reporting which consists, which have the name in the report item. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we need to go to the items to find out that what are the items available that we can purchase. So this is a list of item page. You can even have the same information as we can see on the vendor card. So likewise, you can have this kind of information. So you can view the items.
Let me ask you this, in that view, you're seeing quantity, that's global quantity available? Is that what I'm seeing? You see where it's got 4 pieces, 3 pieces, 8 pieces, minus 49
Yeah, this
pieces.
yeah, that's a quantity. Yeah, that's a quantity. Correct.
But that's global
That's a
quantity,
quantity.
right? Across all locations, correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay,
irrespective of location.
okay. Is there a
Yes,
way to
correct.
filter that to a location? That same view? Can you filter that down to a specific location?
Yeah, I will show you how you can have the information by location.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so there are a lot of options like you can have the information location wise, item wise location. Let me show. Item by location.
Yep.
Two option available. So so this is the item by location. You can see item is being changes, but location to
Is no.
no. There are
Sorted
two
on,
reports, two different
sorted.
reports.
There it goes. Okay, now you got something. So,
East, west. Now this is one type of reporting for the item wise location. I will show you another one also. Okay.
yep.
So there is no location in this item, east, main, out, lodge, and west. Okay.
Yep.
Selected one of it. Shouldn't take so much. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it looked like you got an internet connection probably.
Yeah, I cannot hear you properly. Your voice is breaking up.
Is it?
Yeah, I think my side connection problem.
I hear you fine.
But sometimes your voice is breaking up.
Yeah. Okay.
In the business central is now not
Yeah,
refreshing.
that's fine. That's the service level guarantee we have, right?
Service level? Yes.
Yeah.
But the good thing about this problem should come. You know why? Because sometimes in GP, what happens, that's a desktop application and you maintain your data on the server.
Right.
Okay. So sometimes what's happened that if the information goes to one table and it doesn't go to another one.
Right.
So that gives support, a lot of support that you need to address that batch is stuck and user is stuck and all, things like that.
But that happens here too. Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no.
Right.
That doesn't happen in business center.
Right. Right. Because it's
If
all.
you are on the cloud, if you
Right.
are on the cloud.
Right.
See, now this is another view of the item-wise location. So you can see the location now coming up at the row-wise, row and column. You can have the information in row and column.
Well,
So one line,
yeah.
one
Well, I
item.
guess where I'm having a problem is how can you have unspecified?
Unspecified basically used when you are doing some kind of uh, location item transfer through the location. Internally you are moving, so then system uses unspecified, and it can be configured that you can receive without location. So it's totally based on the configuration that if you want, the system would not allow without location, you can do any kind of transaction.
Okay, so you can restrict that then. Okay.
Yes, yes, we can
All
restrict.
right, because you know GP has the option for in transit transfer. Are you familiar with that?
In
Where
transit transfer, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you can transfer it via another site. So you can go from one site to an intermediary site to a destination site. Are you
Yeah, you
familiar?
can have the same option. You can have this option over here. How it works, I will tell you that,
Okay.
for example, you are moving this item 1986 from location A to B.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
So now it's totally in your hand when you are moving, when you are preparing the transfer order. So on one click, if you click on that, for example, you want one user to do the complete activity, so he can say that receive and shipped. So what it does, it's move from one location to another one at the one time. But
Mm-hmm.
you can also do it like that. From one location, you can make it transfer. Another location, you have to again shift it, so it will collect from the other location. And
Mm-hmm.
in the meantime, when it is being in the transit, So automatically system consider that that the item is in transit. So
Got
there
it.
is an automatic location being created by system.
Okay.
Okay. Now in item, you can see on the list page, you can find the what is the quantity, okay, what is the substitute, is there any substitute? So you can do the substitution also. For
Hmm.
example, I say this item has a substitute, so I can give the information in the item card that there is a substitute which I can be that can be utilized in the production and in the various ways on the sales order or something like that.
Hmm.
So you can put the substitute item as well. Plus, you can have the assembly information. So how the assembly process work, like for example, you are creating a sale order and you are um, having some kind of like trading goods. So you purchases the goods in the bulk and you sell it out in the unit and the pieces. So while doing the any creating any sales order, so you put the item quantity and you just create the shipment and the system automatically creates the assemble order and deducts the component and already and creates the shipment to the customer.
Okay.
So this is the assembly process. If you want to go into detail, I will show you how that is going to be done.
No, that's fine.
Now let me go into more detail about the item. You can have the FIFO method for the stock valuation. You can have the average method. Okay. Like I show you the templates for the vendor, you can have the same templates, same template information while doing the item creation. For example, you have the group of items and you have the different accounts for that item stock maintenance. So you while creating an item, you can select the template, user can select the template and it can automatically fetch what the account need to be addressed over there.
Hmm.
Plus, you can categorize the so if you need category like table and all that, so you can create the multiple category also, and these category can be defined in the tree form. Like in furniture, you can have the chair, desk, table. Okay, in miscellaneous, you can have supplier and all that.
Yeah. Go back to item type.
Item type. Okay.
Yeah, right there. Right. No, you were there. The one that says inventory. We only have inventory, service, and non-inventory. There's no miscellaneous charge, services. Well, we got service, miscellaneous charges. Uh, what about
Mhm.
discontinued type status? I'm just comparing it with GP, right?
Mhm.
With the ones that we have on GP.
You can block the item. You can block the item if the item is inactivated. So everywhere you will have the option like block. So if you want to block the vendor, you can block the vendor, customer, item.
Okay.
Okay. So no
Okay.
transaction would be happening on that.
Okay. So
Like
that.
let me explain it to you in the type. Okay. So if it's the inventory item, then the stock is going to be maintained. Okay, if it's
Hmm.
a service item, no stock is going to be maintained, and mostly the service item will be used for the service module. So that's a total separate story. Then when we
Right.
have to configure the service module, and then we have to assign
Right.
some item over it, then the
Right.
sourcing
So
and
it's
all that.
either inventory or non-inventory, essentially.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, what about a kit item? Right? Is there a way to
Kit
identify?
item can be created.
I'm sorry
Yes,
again.
yes, correct. Yeah, kit item can be created in the system that two, three items.
And what would that be though? What would the type be in that instance?
Inventory.
Yeah, but there's no quantity of a kit until you assemble the kit, right? Or put the
Yeah,
kit
yeah,
together.
correct. Yeah, for
So,
that you need. Yeah, yeah, complete.
no, I was just wondering because right now in GP we don't have the ability to see kit quantities because GP doesn't maintain kit quantity.
Mm-hmm.
It only maintains the quantity of the components that make up the kit, right? So in here it says that this kit item, you're saying set it up as an inventory item, but there's no inventory of that kit. Is it smart enough to know that you have enough components to calculate that quantity available?
Okay, now there are two process of doing that to prepare the kit item. Okay, number one, you can run the assembly process by which you can have the kit item as that can be shown as you as a stock. Or there is one more process I think that called the worksheet process. Okay,
Okay.
so that calculates the how much components you have to create that kit. Okay, and one more thing I need to let you know that if for example sometimes what happen, for example this is the raw item or any kind of component. Okay, so you
Uh-huh.
need to know that where it is being used in the how many finished product or the trading or the sale item where you want to need. So there is an option available where used. Okay, so that
Uh-huh.
will tell you that where in which items this component is going to be utilized. Somewhere it's here only, but
Bill of
it's
material.
not. No, no, bill of material is different thing.
Yeah.
It will related to the assembly bomb and for the production work. Very use, very use.
Yeah,
Here it
that's
is.
where it's at though, where used.
Right. So it will
Okay.
tell you what is the parent item and where it is
Yeah,
being used,
yeah,
how much
I
the
got you.
quantity will be required.
I got you. In case you need to supersede it with another or replacement.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, uh, there are few more elements which I need to address. You can maintain the your stock while item tracking. Okay, so you can have the lot and the serial number tracking. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
any one of it, or you can have both at the same time.
Right.
But if you select the serial numbers of one serial number will be selected for the one unit of quantity.
Correct.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you can maintain the expiration date. Okay, so and when the lot is coming, and even while selling, you can enter the expiration date. So there
Mm-hmm.
can be the two different expiration date. One is at the date when you purchase it, and one is the date when you are selling it out. So now the expiry for your customer is going to be start.
Right.
Okay, so you can maintain that information. Now, few more things I need to address here so that will give you the understanding. See, you can see reorder policy. You can have how the reorder is going to be work. You can maintain the what is the minimum stock level that can be managed. So you, while running, if you are running the MRP, so that can see the what is the safety stock is being measured. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or lead time and all that.
Yep.
Now, this information replenishment, this will give the idea that the item is going to be assembled or it is going to be purchased or it is going to be produced in-house. So this will give the system idea that whether you are going to run the
Right.
production order or you are going to assemble it or what you are
Understood.
going to do.
Yep.
Uh, Now you were asking me about the bomb. Okay. Now you can see here is the assembly bomb. Okay. So I
Mm-hmm.
can assign any assembly bomb to it. So if I click on the yes, this will give me the bomb option and I can create a bomb for this item for the assembly purpose. And likewise, you can have the production bomb as well. You can assign the production also.
Okay.
So currently that field for the production bomb is not available over here, but that's in the table. We can drag and drop it and we can assign the what is the assembly bomb, sorry, what is the production bomb and what is the routing that need to be assigned. So if any customer is utilizing the manufacturing module, so that information can be provided at the item card level.
Okay.
Now here we can have the unit prices and all that. So we can have somehow by default unit price that give us that while we are doing preparing a sales order or sales invoice. So that can be picked up as a by default unit sale price.
How many different prices can I have defined? Is
You
there a
can have
limit?
different prices. You can have too many different prices based on the customer group on any individual customer. Let me show you that option as well. Pricing.
But there is a concept of a price list, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
multiple
Here you
price
can,
lists.
Yeah, you can have the price list by customer price group, all the customer or
Okay,
customer or campaign. Okay,
okay,
mostly people use this customer price group. So basically, whatever the customer price group you define. So if I select this, let me show you, then it will give me the area. The price group I need to be addressed against the each customer, and that whenever I select that specific group customer, so that price will be assigned to that customer while doing the any kind of transaction.
okay.
One more thing, attachments, attributes. Uh, I think I told you about the attributes. May I?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Attributes like, for example, you are having any item, but that item has different colors and all that. So you utilize the attribute functionality for that. So what it does, for example, I says I have the attribute. So color, so what color this item have while doing the transaction, you can select that it's a blue color quantity is three,
Mm-hmm.
and black color quantity is four, like that. What is the height and depth and all that. So if you need some kind of reporting for that, that what is the, if I say I have the 100 stock, so which color 100 stock is available? So mostly this kind of feature will be utilized in the cotton industries and the fabrication and like that.
Got it.
Now,
It looked like
yeah, one more thing.
under that approval, you were able to initiate a flow as well. Is
Yeah,
that what I
yeah,
saw?
yeah, correct, correct, correct,
Okay.
correct. You are right, you are right.
Mm-hmm.
Under the request approval, that will enable the workflow. Uh, uh, for example, if you are creating an item, the item would not be allowed until or unless it go through the workflow process and somebody approves that item. So then only the transaction can be performed against that item.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Now there is, I think I covered up most of the areas. Uh, Unit of measure. See, you can have the unit of measure also, like conversion of unit. For example, you are having something you purchase in bulk, but you have in pieces and you consume in pieces. So you can maintain that item conversion also.
Okay.
One more thing I need to tell you, variant item. Just give me 1 second, huh?
No worries.
I Substitution. As I was showing you in the list page, it was saying that no substitution is available. So we can put the what is the substitution of that item.
Mm-hmm.
So I can select here substitution for this item. Okay.
Got it.
So anything else you need to ask on this specific
Uh,
item information, I can tell
no,
you.
scroll down a little bit in the page.
Yeah. On the page.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you got purchasing blocked also. Okay. All right. You can go back. Forecast. Let me see that forecast section on the bottom right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. It's not one set up. How does that forecast work?
uh,
Are you able to define a forward forecast based off of historical activity and custom parameters forward looking?
the forecast it available update series forecast. Let's up.
Now, what is that? What is that going on? Just historical?
Uh, Actually, I need to check about the because budgeting is there, but I didn't check about the item budgeting. So its option is there, so I
Yeah.
need to check about it.
Okay. No worries. But that's nice to know it's there. But I'd like to know how tailorable it is, or how customized it is already.
For the forecasting,
Yeah.
hmm,
Yeah.
I'm just preparing the notes. I will check and inform you. Now, anything else except forecast?
No. No.
Let's go to the purchase order. So this is a purchase order list page. Our cycle starts from here. Okay. So currently there is no purchase requisition in the business central so far. Okay. Cannot have the requisition. So our process start with the purchase order. So for example, if I open any purchase order, I can give you the idea. So purchase order will have while you when you are creating the purchase order, it can have the specific number. Okay, so that can vendor can be know that this order has been come from your side. You can define the vendor, and the rest of the information will be fetched from the vendor master data. And then you need to define that what you are purchasing. You can purchase item, okay. You can purchase any kind of expense, so you will select the GL account. You can purchase a resource, fixed asset, or item charge. I will tell you about the item charge just after a few minutes. Okay, so let's understand the basics about the purchase order. So you will define the item. Okay, you will define at what location this item is going to become. Okay, what quantity you required. Then the tax and the rest of the feature will automatically fetch from the vendor and the item. Okay, and here you can see the four different columns quite similar to each other, like the quantity received, quantity invoice, and quantity invoiced. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so at the
Mm-hmm.
purchase order level, you will be able to know that how much quantity is still pending to be received and that has been received. Okay,
Okay.
the same is the case with the invoice.
Yeah. Understood. What is
Understood?
quantity to
No.
assign?
Quantity to assign is related to assembly and all that. If you are doing some kind of, sorry, it is related to the item charge. Okay, item charge functionality is used for the import purchases. Okay, when you do some kind of import, so at the time of GRN, you will not have all the expenses to be incurred against that purchases. That is going to become on later stages. Or maybe the vendor can be different, vendor will be different for that kind of purchase. So you are purchasing from a vendor who is outside your country, but the transportation toward from port or from the area of any area
Mm-hmm.
to your location is being delivered by another vendor. So you are going to create an invoice for that vendor.
Right, but that would be
Okay,
that would be
and
landed
that
cost. That would be landed
yeah, that
cost.
would be landed cost.
Right, but it
That would
would
be landed.
correct, but it wouldn't be item quantity related. So that's why I was wondering why it's quantity to assign. That
I tell you, I tell
yeah.
you, I tell you. Actually, in Business Center, you have the functionality. For example, uh, how you want to distribute your landed cost over the receipt. Okay, you want to distribute it on the based of quantity or on the based of amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why the option is here, quantity assigned and all that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so you can have you can have the expected receipt date. So that can be utilized on the reporting level when you are expecting that this item from the vendor. Okay. Uh, if you want to select any kind of dimension, that can be also incorporated over the purchase order level. Now, one more thing, which sometimes what happened that you are purchasing two, three items from a vendor, okay? And out of that three items, two are taxable and one is not taxable. So you can also you have the function in the business central that you can change it that one item is taxable and rest of the items are non-taxable. Okay, so there
Okay.
is the option
Okay.
available of wait put. Yeah,
Can't I define that at the item level on the item
you
master?
can define. Yes, yes, you can define it the item master level,
Okay.
but I'm just telling you the cases.
Okay.
Now here you can have the excluding value before moving towards the posting. You can check what is the excluding value, what is the including value. You can also incorporate the discount as well. Okay, you can have the multiple pay terms. Okay, like 60 days, 70 days, and all that, and then can be utilized for the reporting as well. Currency code, very important,
Yep.
that which currency you are working with. So, and plus, if you need to attach any kind of information, you can go to the attachment and you can attach that with the purchase order.
Right.
And the workflow can be
Hello. Hello. Hello.
oh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sorry for the interruption,
Yeah. No worries.
the internet issue from my side.
No worries.
Okay, I was telling you about the attachment and the workflow. So you can implement the workflow like who is going to be approved. You can make the hierarchy and the approval. So most of the times, even you can do it like that for the asset, a different guy is going to be approved, and for the items, the different guy is going to be approved. Okay. You can also have the limitation like that. For example, more than $1,000 is going to be approved by another user, and more than 15,000 is going to be approved by the director level or something
Un-
like that. So
Understood.
that can be implemented.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, uh, as I told you that in the every fact box, you will have the different information. Okay.
And
For
that's
example,
and
in
that's
this,
tailorable as well, right? That fact,
uh,
the
uh,
fact box.
is not it cannot be handled through the configuration, but our team can do it.
Okay. Okay.
But that is not something that will affect the core business functionality or any core code of the business. but it can be done. You can have the modification in this.
Okay.
Okay. So there are hyperlink also, so you can just click on any one of it and you will
Yep.
have that
Yep.
information detail. Now, to do the shipment of any purchase invoice, you can see that quantity to receive. Okay. So whatever you're receiving, you are doing, you can just type over here, for example, three quantity. Okay. I can press tab out. Okay. I can change the posting date and at what date I am just receiving the goods. And from here only you can post the information. So while doing posting, you can have three, four different information preview posting. So it will not post anything in the system, and you can have the preview.
Mm-hmm.
Preview like what are the documents that is going to be generated after your posting, and what is the accounting effect that is going to be affect your financials.
Yep.
Like this.
Yep.
Okay, so there are multiple documents is being created. Something is going to tax, and something is going to vendor, something is going to item, all that. Okay,
Okay.
and you can also have post and print. Post and prints works like that. You can have the print format, and you post your document as well. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and post will work, just it will be post and there will be no print, and later on you can have the print from from the receipt or shipment or something like that, or you can go to the archive purchase order and you can print your previous purchase order. So there is the purchase order history is going to be maintained.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now once you do the shipment, you can have the information from purchase order as well, that how many shipment has been done against this purchase order. So if I go to the navigate over here, I can just click on the receipt, and this system will show me that how many receipts are there against this purchase order. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there is no receipt against here. Let me check if I can have any receipt. So here you will have in the same page you will have the information for the receipt, and like same you can have the invoice information as well. Now
Okay.
once the shipment is posted and you want to see the where the shipment is, uh, what was the shipment was. Okay, so you can go to the sorry, I missed out something very important in the purchase order. Let me complete that. See, when you confirm any any purchase order, you can have the print and you can send it to your vendors. Okay. So until or unless the workflow approves, you will not able to have the printout. This
Mm-hmm.
kind of feature is available in the business center. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So now let's move to the posted. Cheers. Shipment. Posted purchase receipt. Okay, so all the receipt that has been posted in the system, you can have the information over here, and even you can open that up like this. So that will tell you that what is the quantity you have received against that purchase order. Okay,
Yep.
so we will have the link over here.
What are you looking for? The receipt detail?
Sorry,
What were you looking for there?
sorry.
What were you looking for there?
No, I'm just showing you how the
Oh,
receipt
okay.
can be opened. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were looking for something specific. I might have saw it, so that's fine.
So if you want to if you need me to give you some explanation, you can just ask me.
Yep. No, I'm good so far.
Okay. Now again moving to the purchase order. Now two option available to you that you can create the invoice. Either you can come to the purchase order and you can post from here. Once you click on the post, the window will be open like this. Even you are
Yep.
doing some kind of receiving, so you can just select receive and system will create the receiving. And if you want to do the invoice, you can just click on the invoice and the invoice will be created. You want to perform both the action at the same time, select receive and invoice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So,
For example,
but before we do that, so show me how to put some landed cost on there.
some line for,
Uh, some landed cost. So I need to pay the shipping vendor for sending
ah,
that.
okay. So in the same purchase order or in the different purchase order?
Well, in the receipt. Ideally,
In
that's
the
where.
receipt.
Yeah, in the
I get.
receipt. So in the receipt is
So,
where I would know that I have additional charges.
so that it doesn't work like that. Okay, there is the process is slightly different.
Yeah,
How it works?
it starts beforehand, right? It starts at the purchase order, right?
Yeah, let me let me try to explain it to you. For example, just let me give you the overview. Then, if you want me, I will show you.
Okay.
Okay. For example, you created a purchase order for foreign purchase, international purchase order. Okay.
Okay. Up. You went silent again. Hello? Hello? Todd? Hello? I think you're on mute.
Hello,
Hello?
can you hear me, Chris?
Yes, yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah, I just opened my mobile data and trying to contact you.
No worries.
There's something wrong in my company, so I'm not able to connect with my laptop.
That's fine.
So I'm
Let's
just,
just pick it up tomorrow. I mean, we spent a good hour on it today, so let's just pick it up tomorrow where we left off. You want to do that?
sure, 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 sure,
But it looks
sure.
good so
Thank you.
far, and also I got access from Asim, so I should be able to go in there on my own as well. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. Asim, I
Yeah,
emailed you. Yeah.
yeah. So no worries, no worries. That's good so far today.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All good now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. We can pick
Thank
up
you.
on
Thank you,
tomorrow's
Chris.
session. All right, thanks. Bye.
Sure, sure, sure. I will
All
be
right.
available.